In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 curly hair game changers that upped my curly hair journey and helped me take my hair from this to this. So let's go ahead. First up, if you haven't already seen my previous curly hair game changer video, definitely go and check that out because those 3 game changers are also still very relevant and definitely helped me on my curly hair journey. But today I wanted to share 3 more things that have really helped me get the best out of my curls. First up is getting a haircut. I'm sitting here right now with hair that hasn't been cut in about 6 months, maybe nearing 7 months. So I'm not really following my own advice here. However, I did just do an at-home trim, which has actually really made such a difference to my hair. But getting a proper haircut, getting your hair tailored for your curls, your personal preference, your face shape, your multiple curl patterns can make such a difference. I've spoken about this in previous videos, but I get a curly haircut, so I get a dry curl by curl cut, which really helps blend my multiple curl patterns together. You don't have to do this, it's just personal preference, and I covered that in my previous video, which I'll link up here for you. I just really find that whenever my hair isn't playing ball, if it's a bit limp and lifeless, if the products that usually work for me aren't seeming to work, I'm having to use more product than normal, and if my curls just aren't lasting, I usually need a haircut. So definitely keep this in mind if you are experiencing any of those things, because it could be time for a little trim. Something that I really like about having a specific curly haircut is that my hair tends to grow out in a really good shape, and trimming my hair between cuts also really helps to maintain that shape. Yes, my layers have grown out a bit, but overall I'd say it still looks okay. I've still got my face framing pieces, which are helping give me a bit of root lift and shaping my face. I've still got some layers in there, though I would like these to be lifted up. You can see just by lifting this layer up how much more rounded and also how much fuller my hair looks up the top just by lifting this layer. So I'm definitely going to be getting that done when I get my hair cut very soon. If you have thicker hair than me, if you have super high density long hair, getting some layers cut can make such a difference. I recently saw a transformation on Instagram of someone who had super long, heavy, thick, coarse, high density hair. She had curls underneath, but nothing was really happening on top. But as soon as she got some layers cut, it really helped that top layer bounce up. When I get a haircut, I ask for face framing pieces, long layers. I basically ask to have lift but length. So that means that I can't get super short layers. But yeah, getting a haircut has been one of the biggest curly hair game changers for me. My next curly hair game changer is for all the soft curls out there. So anyone who has naturally soft curly hair, silky roots that can get weighed down, that can get flat, and the game changer is texturizing products. If you find that your hair is very soft on wash day, if your curls don't last, even when you use a strong hold gel, because your hair is so soft and you end up using loads of product to help your curls last, adding a texturizing product into your routine could be a massive game changer, as it has been for me. So the type of texturizing products that I personally usually use in my routine, number 1 is foams, and number 2 is texturizing spray. Now these are both completely different products that are to be used in completely different ways, but they both have a really solid part in my routine, and I use both of these types of products pretty much every time I wash my hair, or at least every time I want long-lasting guaranteed results. So most foams are designed to add grit, texture and volume to curly hair, and this grit and texture is something that can be really beneficial if your hair is naturally soft. Because foams are so lightweight, they have a very fluffy, watery consistency. This means that they don't weigh my hair down, so you can use this between a cream and a gel, and it will give you an extra bit of grit and texture to your hair, which will help your curls feel less soft and therefore last longer. Foams don't typically add any hold to the hair, although some add more hold than others. This foam, I find, adds a good amount of hold, so I can actually use it as a single styler or with a bit of leave-in conditioner or curl cream underneath for when I want a really quick routine. But for long lasting results, I personally always use a gel over the top. This is another of my all-time favorite foams. It's featured in pretty much all of my product empties videos, I think, because I love it so much. This one contains protein. It doesn't really have any holes, so I always pair it between a cream and a gel, but it adds just the right amount of grit and texture to my hair on wash day. It stops my hair from being flat and soft on wash day, basically. Foams basically give you day 2 hair on day 1. Let me know if you want me to make a video about how I achieve day 2 results on day 1, because I know that a lot of people prefer day 2 results than the wash day results. So foams are used on wet hair, but texture sprays like this one are used on dry hair. So this is my personal favorite texture spray. It's the Umberto Giannini Texture Boost. I've mentioned this in my product empties video as well. I just really love it. It adds volume that lasts to my hair, and it adds a bit of texture and a bit of grit. So with this one, I just lift my roots and spritz it just underneath my roots, all over. If my hair is feeling particularly soft in the lengths, then I'll spray a bit throughout the lengths, but you may find that a bit too drying for your hair. If your hair is particularly soft at the roots, then I would just focus it on your roots. I just fluff my hair out, give it a little zhuzh. It really makes such a difference. It just makes my hair look fuller for longer, I find. So if you haven't introduced a texturizing product like a foam or a texture spray into your routine, definitely do so. And if you have, let me know which is your favorite, because I really want to try some more texturizing products out. My final curly hair game changer for today's video is tracking your curly hair journey. It's something that has made such a difference to my curls over the years. In the early days, writing things down, taking progress pictures, and tracking my experiments, my refresh days, my results really made such a difference. I've got a whole other video about that which I will link up here, but I just really wanted to touch upon it because I completely understand how overwhelming it can be when you first start your curly hair journey. It seems like there's so much to learn, so many new products, so many techniques. There is a lot of trial and error in the curly hair journey, and it can be hard to remember what you've done, what works for you. So writing things down, however you do it, can really make such a difference and actually fast track your curly hair journey to see better results in less time. And if you've been subscribed to my channel, if you've been following me on Instagram for a while, then you will have seen that I released a curly hair journal to help simplify the curly hair journey. I basically designed this with the beginning of your curly hair journey in mind. So how overwhelming it can be trying to figure out your hair type, what products you need, how do you even start your curly hair journey, literally where do you start. So I've really broken everything down in here. You've got a getting started page, how to build a routine, the products you need, about your hair, any problem areas, your hair goals, length tracker, favorite products trackers. There's so much just in the beginning of the journal. And then there's also 6 months worth of hair diary pages, and you can really use these however you want to. You can use them every wash day, refresh day. You can use it every single day if you want to like really journal how you feel about your hair throughout your journey. I kind of wanted to make the curly hair journey a little less daunting, a little more interactive. You don't have to use my journal. You could do it online, you could do it in your notes app, you could do it on Instagram. You can really do whatever works best for you. When I first started my curly hair journey, I used to track my journey on Instagram. I basically created my Instagram account to share all my wash day experiments and fails, styling techniques and methods that I would try. And also I found a curly hair community on there that I could learn from and speak to for advice and also encouragement and inspiration. When you are online on social media, you can get caught in the comparison trap. So I personally really like the idea of taking your journey offline. So that's why I personally wish I had this at the beginning of my curly hair journey, but you do whatever works for you. So yeah, those are 3 curly hair game changers that made a real difference to my hair. Let me know in the comments what your curly hair game changers are. I'd love to know. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give it a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.